Hi. So many of you have written to me and talked to me telling me about all of the events and traumatic things you've had happen to you in your lives that are keeping you stuck, things that you are having a tremendous problem letting go of. Now, the thing that I have found that works the fastest of anything is tapping, EFT tapping. You can move through some major things very, very quickly using this technique. And some of you are already doing that and still struggling. So I got to thinking about it and decided I would give you some tapping today that will maybe make it easier for you to let go of some of those things. And what it involves is a little bit of a shift in your perspective and maybe a little bit of a different view on who we are as a species, because humans are very interesting and elegant creatures. So, whoops, sorry, kicked my camera there. Now, I want you to be sure that you are tapping along with me and speaking out loud as we do this work together, because you are directly addressing your own subconscious. And if you aren't tapping and talking, it's not going to help you. So here we go. I am a human being, and I completely love and accept myself. I am a human being, and I choose to embrace all of the things that means. I am human, and it's a good thing. And I embrace all of the things that means, because I profoundly love and accept myself. And I love being human. And I love other humans too. I allow myself to know that humans are all created the same. That we are perhaps the most elegant creatures ever designed. We are complex and miraculous. And we each come equipped with the same emotions. Every single one of us experiences fear and anger and grief and joy and love and rage. All of us do. Every single human being has the same emotions. And sometimes I forget that. And that makes me feel cut off. But I don't want to be cut off from the rest of my species. So I allow myself to remember that we are all connected. And that humans are all connected in ways that we cannot even begin to imagine. And since we're all connected, that means that I am every bit as connected to the people I don't like as the ones I do like. And that isn't very much fun to think about sometimes. And I don't have to think about it a lot. But it's an important thing to remember. Because every single one of us is capable of everything, given the right set of circumstances. Every single one of us is capable of doing terrible things and doing wonderful things, because we are human. I allow myself to see our species with compassion. And even though it doesn't always look very good to me, I allow myself to remember that all of us are doing the best we can with the tools that we have at hand. And sometimes that looks pretty awful. But I know that I'm doing my best. And so I allow myself to begin to have compassion for all of us. I forgive myself for judging myself. I forgive myself for judging someone else. I allow myself to see all of us with compassion, because that is the beginning of creating a better human, a better species. And I want that for us. So I'm open to it now. Good. Okay, that was a good round. Ooh. Okay, now let's just go back to the top of the head again. I allow myself to fully begin to understand that all aggression comes from fear. And the greater the fear, the greater the aggression. And this is how wars start. And I don't want that for my species anymore. I don't want it for me. And it's enough to not want it in my life. So I allow myself to understand that fear can cause aggression and that we're not designed to hold on to it. That perhaps we have misunderstood what fear really is. Because fear is actually quite a good thing. I understand that fear keeps me safe, so that our species can survive. Fear is a normal part of being human, and it's a good and useful thing. I choose to be grateful for the times that I've experienced fear. And now that I understand it a little bit better, the next time I have it, and I will, I'm going to experience fear again because I'm still human. I'm going to look at it and acknowledge it. I will take swift and proper action, no matter what that may need to be, because fear is keeping me safe. But then I'm going to do the thing it was designed to do. Let it go. I'm not going to hang on to it anymore because I'm not designed to hold it. It causes harm. Holding on to fear causes harm to me and to others. And now that I see this and understand it, it makes it easier to let it go. I also allow myself to remember that the opposite of fear isn't courage. The opposite of fear is love. And now all the places that I've released fear from, I choose to fill those spaces with love. Every single cell of my being. I allow myself to absorb love. Peace. Good. Okay, that was a good round, a really good round. Now, I think this is going to help you a little bit. We're going to do one more round and talk about soul paths. And this has really nothing to do with what you do or don't believe. These are simply the things that I know from years of experience that will help you to free yourself from fear. So let's just go to the top of the head. When I see terrible things happen in the world and in my life, it upsets me. And I don't like it. And it's caused me fear and anger and terrible sadness. But I give myself permission to understand that we all have soul paths in this life as humans. And that even though some of these things look really bad to me, I don't have any way to know what that other person's path may be. It's not up to me. I live in human form, and I have only my human perspective. So there's no way for me to know what that person may need in this lifetime from their experience. So I allow myself to forgive them and to forgive myself. Even though sometimes things don't look very good to me, I choose to remember I can only look at them from my limited perspective. And I'm okay with that. I'm not supposed to know the answer to everything because I'm human. And knowing the answer to everything would take all the fun out of it. And I allow myself to know that life is supposed to be fun and interesting. Humans are designed for it. So now I choose to have some more fun in my life because I can let go of these things easily now that I see what they are. Peace. Okay, good. That was some really good tapping. I appreciate your doing this with me. And leave me some comments. Let me know how this goes for you. I'll see you soon.